I just wanted to give you a quick little update on a cool thing that I found. So, if we have a look at our GarageBand preferences here, usually under MIDI controller it says none, and that is because until a little while ago, GarageBand did not support custom Lua scripts, but now it does. And so in my case, I have my trusty Blueboard pedal, right? This is pretty cool. If you're wondering about the weird name, let me show you where it gets the name from. So as you can see, it's actually the Arik Blueboard here under my MIDI devices. But if I check out the actual model name, it's IK000041. So that's the reason for that weird name there. And basically, check this out. If you're a GarageBand user, you might notice that we have this little highlighted section here now, right? And it says controlled by the name of this thing. And I set the first two buttons up in such a way that they are moving upwards and downwards across my tracks, which I think is pretty cool because you could have different presets of any kind on different tracks, and you would be able to select them like that, which I think is pretty cool. And it makes sense because there is a little upwards pointing arrow here and a downwards pointing arrow down here, so as far as the other two buttons, these do special things when the selected track is a guitar track, like in this case. So before I show you what I can do with these buttons, just check this out. So I press either one of them. The switch that it's connected to, more on that later, but for now, notice this, the switch is turned on. If I move to another track, as you can see on the previous track, that switch is not turned on. So my button here is not lit up anymore. But if I go down again, how cool is that? Since the switch is on there, this gets lit up again. It basically continuously synchronizes the state of the button and the state of the element it controls in GarageBand, which I think is pretty nice. So I have two of these, and the question is, what do I want to control? Well, we can control a number of things. Either the first switch, which basically is connected to the reverb button here on my amp. But why would I want to do that, right? I want to have this on all the time. I wouldn't want to turn it on and off while playing live. And the same goes for my second pedal board, my effects kind of loop pedal board. I never want to get rid of any compression I have there. I never want to deactivate the chorus for sure, and the delay also I always want to be active. So it would make sense to assign these to those. And you couldn't, because these four switches represent pedals on your first pedal board. So I knew it had to be one of these. Of course, not the first two, right? You don't want to deactivate the compression or the EQ, but this, the grit distortion plugin, this is going to make a fundamental difference to your sound. And it's one of those parameters you want to be able to control live. So right now I have a clean sound, right? Now, bear with me. You're hearing both the processed guitar signal as well as the sound of my strings being captured by my microphone, where my voice is also being captured. So, but yeah, I can activate the distortion pedal, and now I get this. By the way, notice how cool this is. Not only does the switch go up to the on position, the pedal also gets turned on here graphically. Right? So that's a massive difference, and it's a parameter I want to be able to control live because I want to play both clean and distorted sounds. So that one was a no-brainer. I knew that that would be the first pedal that I wanted to assign to my knob here. The second one, as you can see here, is an Autofunk pedal. This is pretty cool because this one is basically a wah-wah pedal, right? One of those you can control with your foot. But I don't have any extra foot controllers on me, so this one actually has an internal envelope follower. So what that means is that Basically, you can control how much the filter opens up with the intensity with which you're playing, right? So if you play very softly and with a very soft touch, the filter will mostly stay closed and eliminate, obliterate all your highs. But as you start playing harder, the filter will open up and give you back those highs. You can, of course, set various parameters, including the filter sensitivity, the cutoff point. I might do a tutorial on this on the channel. Let me show you what the auto funk pedal does. I'm gonna activate it here. Of course, it can work in conjunction with distortion as well. We can activate them both. Pretty cool, has a big impact on your sound, and definitely something you want to be able to turn on and off. Much unlike reverb and delay, which more or less should always be there to some extent. So that's my pedal choice. So there we go. Quick update for you. Thanks for being a member, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.